Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Crystal Winchester, and in today's video I'm going to tell you about my family and my child. So let's start in my childhood. You can say I was a normal child from the outside, but when it came to what happened to me behind closed doors, it's a totally different thing. I would go to school like normal kids. I had friends like normal kids. But when I would come home, and if my mother wasn't here, my father would verbally abuse me, emotionally, and mentally abuse me every single day that he had a chance to do it. So if my mother wasn't here to tell him not to do that, to stop doing that, he would do it all the time if he could. I know he would. Because just a little time he tried to do it when she's not there, I know he would do it constantly if she wasn't there. So yeah, that was horrible for me. He would say things like there was this one time I was exercising. I was in the house trying to exercising to make myself better. So I feel better. That way my confidence goes up and all that. My father saw this. He said, "You don't see fat people on that program." And I tried to tell him, this guy was helping me lose weight. Who cares if there's no fat people on the show? This guy had a woman who had 3 babies, and she was back to being a skinny girl. So my father said, "You can't do this. It won't work for you," trying to discourage me as much as he could. So I would stop. And it worked. I stopped when my dad was around. I didn't want to do it when my dad was around because I knew he would say anything to make me stop. He would say anything. He didn't care what he had to say to make me stop doing one thing that was good for me. So yeah, I wouldn't want to come home. When I was a child, I did not want to come home until I absolutely had to. If I didn't have to come home, I was not going to come home without my mother here. So as soon as my mother would come home, I know it's safe. He won't say anything to me about anything. Yeah, he would call me fat. He would call me worthless, that no guy is going to love you because of something that he thinks will happen. So next is, I guess I was around 15, 16, somewhere in there. My father was unemployed. I didn't see him actively searching for a job to help my mother pay for the bills. All I saw was him sitting on this chair, watching TV and doing something with copper wire. I think he was cleaning it or something to turn it in. It made a huge mess. It was disgusting. It made a huge mess on the floor, everywhere. And my mom would ask him, "When are you going to clean it up?" He would always say, "When I'm done. I'll clean it up when I'm done." He was never done. He was never done doing that. Whatever it was, whatever little money it made, it wasn't worth it to me. It's like, come on, get up. You have a car. Go out and seek employment and look your best when you do it. I know it's not easy trying to find a job, but he wasn't even trying. Every time I would come home after my job, he was in the chair watching TV. If he wasn't in the chair watching TV, he was in the bed asleep. There was one Sunday where I came home after work, and this house was a very religious house. So I saw him still sleeping in his bed when I got home, and I'm like, "Why didn't you go to church?" What he says, "Why didn't you go to church?" I'm like, "I had to go to work. I had to go to work. That's why I can't go to church. What was your excuse?" He never answered me. He just blew it off like it was nothing. So probably around my early 20s, 20, 21, somewhere in there, I got him a job. At the place where I was working, I got him a job because I knew my mother needed help. So I got him a job at the place where I worked. It was a grocery store. It's like he can at least work at a grocery store. Like, come on, I started in my teens. He can at least do that. So I got him a job, and one day he didn't show up. I called his cell, didn't answer. So I'm like, okay, I'll call Mom. Maybe she knows what's going on. So I called her. I'm like, hey, Dad's not here. You know, and my boss like kind of getting angry at me about it because I'm the one that got him the job. I'm like, what's going on? She's like, oh, it's nothing. Just come by your uncle's place and we'll talk about it. I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I got off work, got in my car, drove to my uncle's place. It was my uncle, my aunt, and my mom all there waiting for me. I felt awkward and a little creeped out. Because I knew if all three of them were together, something bad happened. Something bad had to happen for three grown-ups that I admire to be in the same room to talk to me about something. I was scared. I didn't know what the hell was going on. So I sat down, still in my uniform because I was told to come right over to their place. So I sat down in my uniform and my aunt and my uncle are off to one side. My mom is facing me. I'm terrified at this point. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going to be said. I was terrified. My mother said she kicked my dad out and that she was filing for divorce. As you can imagine, I was shocked. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was shocked. I didn't know if I did something. Did something else happen? I don't know what was going on. I know it's kind of funny for me to say I thought it was my fault, but to me, I thought the abuse was normal. I thought that a father being that mean was normal. I thought all of this was normal. This was my normal. I didn't know what somebody else was experiencing that was better. I didn't know. I thought it was normal for a father to say this stuff to their child, to their only child. So that's what I thought. I thought it was normal for me. I didn't know if I did something, if something happened to make her come to this decision. I had no idea. So I was just sitting there in complete shock. I didn't know what to do. I was just staring at the floor. I was holding my aunt's dog because that's what I do. When I feel scared or in shock, I grab for a pet. It's my pet or if it's one of my family members' pets. That's what I do. I'm a dog and cat kind of person, so that's who I go after. Yeah. So after that, I went home. I went to bed, and I had to get ready for next day of work. So what my father did, which I don't completely get why he did this, but he called me to ask me to talk to my mother to get him back in the house. I don't know how that was supposed to work at all. I don't know why I was brought into it. I didn't make the decision for her to kick him out. I never talked about her about this stuff. Me and my mom never really talked about adult decisions when I was a teen or younger. Never came up. So I don't know why he thought that I was the best person to talk to my mother to get him back in the house. Her decision was made. There was nothing I could say. When my mother makes up her mind, that's it. There's no changing it. There's nothing he could have done to change it. Not really. So I told my mother because I knew that me and my mother are close and we don't keep secrets from each other. We don't keep big secrets like this from each other. I told her what my dad said, and she just looked confused, like I did. Like, why would you go to my child to get you back in the house? That still doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why he would think that me talking to my mother would get him back in the house. She was done. She had enough of all his stuff. Put it nicely. She didn't want to have anything to do with him. Unless it was about me, she wanted nothing to do with him, like a normal person would. So at first, like the first few weeks of the separation, he would call me every day. I would get letters every week, different days, but every week, asking, please talk to your mother. Please get me back in the house. I want to come home. I want to come back in the house. Like, what am I supposed to do? It wasn't my decision to kick him out. I didn't talk to her about this. I don't know if he was thinking because I'm their child together that I'm gonna have some magic powers or something to get her to change her mind and then back in. I didn't want him back in. I didn't want to deal with the abuse every day. I didn't want to deal with the mess he made every day. Yeah, it was horrible. My childhood was horrible. Most of my childhood I have blocked out. That's how bad it was. I blocked at least half or more out. I don't remember much at all. See, then I was probably like 20, 25, somewhere in that ballpark. My mother finally got the divorce papers she wanted. This is from her side. This is all I know. All I know is that she went to court, like you do in Florida. We go to court for divorce hearings and stuff like that. She went to court. She told me that he didn't show up. We know he was served the papers. We know that. She knows his new residence and she had this paper sent to him. All I know is either he didn't read them or he didn't give a damn anymore. That's all I know. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know if he thought he was going to be humiliated again. I don't know what was going on. All I know is he didn't show up for the court date to sign the papers, be civil at least. I didn't know what he was thinking or doing. I don't know. So my mom told me that she went to court like she was supposed to. She got divorced. It was legal. She took pictures and everything. It's crazy. She said he didn't show up, so the judge just said, you're divorced. That's it. That's all it was. Now we're going to talk about my child. I don't have a human baby, but I do have a dog. I'm a doggy mama, and I'm proud of that fact. And right now I'm going to show you my child. Come here, Goji. This is Koji. He is a Jack Russell Terrier. He's going to be 11 years old this year. He is my pride and joy. I treat him as if he was my own flesh and blood. I don't understand people that don't do that. I just don't. I got him when he was 6 weeks old, I think. About 6 weeks old. I got him free because my aunt was breeding them and she was giving away puppies from one litter, and he was the runt of the litter. I know he doesn't look like a runt now, but back then he was the runt of the litter. I could literally hold him in the palm of my hand. Oh my goodness. I held him in the palm of my hand when I first got him, and he kept getting bigger and bigger. But this is as big as he's going to get, which I'm really thankful for because he's a big boy already. This is my baby boy. He has touchy paws. He likes to since he's older now, he has little spurts of energy. He likes to play with his toy, with his ball. Do you see the ball? Yeah. So he's like little spurts of energy. He doesn't have a whole bunch of energy like he did before. He calmed down. Jack Russells are very known for their energy. So if you're thinking about getting a Jack Russell, be prepared. They have lots of energy when they're young. But when he turned about, thank you. When he turned about 8 years old, his energy decreased a lot, which I am thankful for. So he has like spouts of energy. It's not as bad as it used to be. So yeah, that's today's video. If you like this video, please hit that like button. All my social media will be in the description below, and please subscribe. Thank you.